Well, here we are with the start of our 5th tutorial for beginners in 3ds Max. We're going to make this little toy soldier and animate him so he can march along. Well, we're going to draw the soldier's body first. We'll draw it in front view, and rather than using a box from standard primitives, we're actually going to come up to extended primitives and for the first time use some of these lovely shapes, and this will be the chamfer box. That gives us 3 clicks to make a box, so we'll give it a width and height, we'll give it some depth, not too much, and then for our 3rd click, as we pull up and down, we'll just round the edges off. And there we have a nice round edge box. Right click to drop the box drawing tool. We're going to apply a taper modifier. We probably needed the Y axis. So let's shoot him up the other way. And that will do very nicely. We're now going to start constructing the head, and that really couldn't be easier. It's just going to be a sphere. So we'll come back to standard primitives, sphere. We'll grab move and we'll just shift it so it's touching at the bottom, and from the left view we'll pull it forward so it's sitting on top of the body. We're now going to do his hat, and his hat's going to be also very easy. And I'm going to start with a cylinder. I'm going to draw that in the top view so that it's in roughly the right place on top of his head, and then we'll bring it up about yay high. Grab move and bring it up onto the head, but it doesn't look quite the way we want, and that's because we're about to apply a taper, and that's probably a bit exaggerated. We can use scale quite easily. I've made it too wide, and that's the sort of look we're after. We're going to actually just use the built-in colours for the purpose of this tutorial, so the hat should be black. Face should certainly not be green. We could make it white or pink. We'll go for pink for now. You can make your own choice. And the coat will be bright red. And we've got a nice bright red over there. So far so good. We need to whack on some eyes, nose and a mouth, and we'll do the eyes just with little tiny spheres. We'll just make one. We'll try and do it in position, so we need to zoom in a bit and just do a little sphere. We want that to be black in colour, little black button eyes, and then we just need to use move to bring it out the front. Now, how can we tell when it's actually sticking out? The best way is to have a look in perspective view. Again, we'll just do some zooming in. And we want it where we want it, doesn't really matter, but we want it actually into the surface. And just have a little look around, see what we think about that. That could be fine. And we'll hold down Shift, drag a copy across. These are all skills that we've used until it looks like it's in about the same spot. And we can keep an eye on front view to make sure that's right. An instance will be fine and okay. For the nose and the mouth, we're actually going to do a little bit of graphite editing. So here's what's going to happen. Down in perspective view, I'm going to press F4 to bring up the actual edge lines. We have used a sphere, and that will actually give me just what I need. A right click, and we're going to convert to an editable poly. We'll hold down Control after we click the first one, and click a set that is in about the right position for a mouth, and we'll make sure it's symmetrical, or roughly symmetrical. All I'm going to use with this is bevel, and what we're going to do is push it in and bevel it down a bit. I'm then going to come and grab a nose consisting of, again holding down Control, these little triangular units here. Again, we're going to use bevel. That's already set, and this time we'll pull it out a bit and bevel it down. Not too much, just enough. So very simple, very quick, and that's all we need to do, and the face is done. We now need arms, legs, hands, feet. We're going to do a very simple job with these. Let's come back to the front, and also we're going to need the top. We're going to draw the leg using a cylinder, but we're going to use part of the cylinder design that we haven't really touched in the tutorials up to now. So we'll draw a cylinder for a leg, get it about as long as we want it, and again we're just making up something that looks okay as we go along. And now we're going to turn slice on. I'm probably going to need 270 to 90, and that provides, maybe if we come and have a look at this in perspective, that provides half of a cylinder. Now you may need those figures. It'll be 90, 180, 270 or 0. Now, having done one leg, we need to have a shoe on the bottom, and that shoe is going to be, I'll make it out of a capsule, and that's found over here in extended primitives, and again we're going to apply a slice to it. You'll see why in a moment. And now those two can be grouped together. I'll just control click and group, and we'll call it right leg. We're just going to use mirror. We want an instance, and it looks like it's picked the right axis for us, and we're going to offset it until we have our other leg, just waiting on the other side, ready for animation, and OK. We're going to use exactly the same approach to make the arms. And same on the other side. And we're ready to animate. Animating the soldier is going to require checking on the pivot points. So let's come over here. By the way, that grid isn't helping us in any particular way, so just letter G, and grid can disappear in a viewpoint. Letter G to bring it back if you need it. Let's click on a leg and have a look where it rotates from. We'll come across to hierarchy, pivot, effect pivot only, and it is pivoting from the top. Click on that leg, the same deal. Click on the arm. That's pivoting from the middle, so that won't work for us. We'll just come to front view and get move and lift up the pivot point until it's on the shoulder, and the same on this side as well. Now we need to make sure that hierarchies are established so that the animation will work correctly. We could just do a group to hold these two together. Group to hold these two together. We could Boolean these, link these. But they're grouped already, so that's fine. And we need to group eyes to the head. We better get out of that. And we'll make that a group called the head. And now let's do some linking. So we're going to link the hat, in case we want to move around to the head. Going to link the head to the body. Going to link the arms back to the body on each side. And going to link the leg to the body and the other leg to the body. And now we should be ready. In order to complete our animation, we're going to firstly move the guy by just managing his body. We've got just the standard 100 frames up here, and that will be all we need. So we'll set key, we'll select the body, and set the first key at the beginning, come to the end 100, and we'll move him over this way out of screen, and set key. So I'll just have a quick look. Yep, all the parts are moving with him, so the linking has worked correctly. Now we're going to animate legs and arms as he moves. So we're going to do this based on 10 frame intervals. Let's take one leg and let's raise it back using rotate a certain amount. Let's have let's set the key for that. Let's go to the other leg, raise it forward, set the key for that. Raise one arm, and they go on opposite sides, and the other side back, and set the key. So we're already at the beginning. Maybe we'll go 20 frames in. And in that space we want everything to reverse. So we want this leg to come forward, that leg to go back, this arm to go back, and the other arm, which we'll just have to rotate to find, to come forward. And we should have set keys for all of those. So we'll just double check what happens. Yep, that looks right. Now, making all those changes for another 5 times would be really boring. You can do it. You just move to 40 and do all the changes. So we're ready to animate. What we're going to do is select the whole object. Make sure that's done. We're now going to open an editor that we haven't talked about before. Graph Editor's Track View Curve Editor. So much happening. What can it all be about? Well, a curve editor actually records a little graph for every single animation of every single object. Are they all there? They sure are. Here they are, all the way down here. We're going to be very glad that we actually named left leg, right leg, and so on. So let's go down to the left leg, and out of everything that's here, we know that we have only animated the rotation. So let's look inside rotation, click on X rotation, and there's the animation. What's everything else got? Just flat lines. There's nothing there. So we'll go to the X rotation. I'm going to select all of that. Just draw a box around it so that we've got the first and the last points. Hold down Shift and drag sideways. And if we drag up to 60, we'll see that 3ds has actually cleverly guessed that we want to reverse the animation and then repeat the animation, and we can do the same again from there, and we'll find that we're all the way up to 100. Let's go and find the animation for the right leg. Here it is. Should be on X rotation. Yep, it sure is. So again, we'll select the 2 vertices, grab this one and just pull to the side in a straight line through to 60. By the way, if we keep pulling it doesn't actually do anything for us, so through to 60. Remember, we're doing it in 20 frame segments, and then we'll do the same again right through to 100. And 3ds has done most of the work for us. Let's see if it actually works. We'll come back here and slide our slider, and we have a fully animated toy soldier. You can put a little base underneath him if you want. We'll turn off set key, play the animation, see what it looks like.